Mic check,
What's
mic
up?
check.
Get your man.
1 2.
Alright.
Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. I think we good. Vocals look good. How y'all doing out there? How you doing out there? Overreaction Monday. That's what today is. Overreaction Monday. Everybody's overreacting to something that they team did or did not do. So we all gonna fall in. We know how we do on Mondays. We Monday quarterback, and all of us. That's what we're here to talk about today. Still can kind of talk about the game if you want to do that. The number to call in is on the screen. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. It's what? 605-472-5400. And you have the access code 918-914. So the phone lines are open, and I'll get to it in just a minute once I get through my little recap of what's going on with the team so far. So, we kind of go through our EDDs and kind of drop down a little bit because the season has started. And so really I just want to mention to the people that are not Patreons, I want to mention the Patreon. Reason I'm mentioning it now because I put the first Patreon only video on the Patreon today. And we talked about the offense from the All-22 angle all the way up until like the fourth quarter. And so in order to get access to that, you would need to join the Patreon. And these are the options to do so. You have the $5 tier, which gets you in the Discord. And, in the Discord, we talk football. A lot of times we talk during the college game and during the pro game. So we just talk football and talk different stuff, what's going on. So that'll get you into the Discord with a bunch of other guys. The $10 a month gets you that plus some other things. It also gets you the Purple Kool-Aid Chalice. $20, which is the Wall of Fame, that gets you a little bit more. Then the $50 family member edition gets you a lot more, which you saw the benefits of being a family member. If you saw the beginning of the live stream yesterday, you saw Brandon
What's up?
on there.
Get your man.
To start that.
Alright.
Now, why is my Get Your Mans keep popping up? Oh, because I had it open. My bad. I didn't mean to have it open. All right. So that's where we at with the Patreon. Got that out the way. Let's go with our Jane Doe comment of the day. Jane Doe comment of the day. And with the Jane Doe comment of the day, you put a comment based off maybe yesterday's video or day before's video, some past video, and I'll pull it up and read it. I'll pick one, pull it up and read it. And at the end of this month, at the end of September, all the names that I picked from like that last week of August up until all of September, I'll put them on a wheel, we'll spin it, and that person gets a gift certificate from Jane Doe. That way they can go to the website and then pick what they want from the website and purchase it with that gift certificate. So today's Jane Doe comment of the day. I'd be hard pressed to skip over this one. Hard pressed. And it's from Miss Antoinette Craig, who's been a supporter. I can't even begin to tell you how long she's been a supporter. Like, the first year I started doing this, she was one of the few people that I remember coming in, being in the streams, talking football, and just supporting the work. So she's been a long time supporter. And what she did was she left a super thanks. And she said, "Thanks, Coach. I was at the game and I found myself feeling frustrated too. However, I did tweet during the second half. We need to all remember our guys did not play during the preseason, so we need to calm our expectations. I still think the edge rushers need to improve, and I was a little heated when we called the same plays back to back with Flowers that did not work. However, I'm very happy for the W because the Squealers, meaning the Steelers, and Cincinnati got the L. LOL." And she goes on to talk about some stuff in her personal life, but she's always been a supporter all the time, and so I'm uber thankful for her support all the time, and especially thankful for the super thanks. And again, y'all know everything I get, I try to put it back in the channel to make this the best content I can possibly. So now with that, let's talk about Harbaugh's little press conference after today, his press conference today. And he looked like Harbaugh normally don't like to answer injury questions, but because it was so many injury questions, he wasn't that normally snappy, like, I don't like answering these questions, dude. He stood up there, he had a somber look on his face, but he answered, he stood in the gap and answered the question about injuries, because that was the obvious thing. And I think somebody, maybe it was Kyle Barber, asked him, he said, "Are you kind of in the damned if you do, damned if you don't situation? Because you played JK in the preseason, he got hurt. He didn't play in the preseason this year. Played in game one, got hurt. So it's really like Kyle asked a great question, and normally Harbaugh snap on shit like that, but he didn't. If you didn't see the press conference, go back and check it out. He stood in the gap, answered the questions, and what he said was, I got to look at my notes. Obviously, J.K. is finna have Achilles surgery soon. I think this week, if I'm not mistaken, this week. Only good thing about that I'll say is with modern medicine, he can be back in 6 months. And the reason I say that because Cam Akers got hurt in like July and played in that Super Bowl. The Super Bowl that the Rams won when Odell got hurt. Cam Akers hurt his Achilles in like June or July and played in that Super Bowl. So it's like a 6-month process that he has to get back. And so what's today? September? This day is September 11th. So let's just say he get it Friday. And then he started his rehab process. So 6 months from now is what? That's March. So he's done. Yeah, even if we get to the Super Bowl, he done. All right. So yeah, even if we get to the Super Bowl, JK probably won't be a part of it. And then we got to make a decision on him, with the contract and all that stuff was playing out. I hate that happened for the man. And he was standing in the gap trying to help running backs get their worth. And he got hurt. That sucks. Big time. He also talked about Marcus Williams. Said Marcus Williams has a pec injury. He don't know if it's going to require surgery, but they got to make a decision by the soon. So Marcus got hurt. Game 2 last year? Got hurt game 1 this year. Spent big money on Marcus. Can't control injuries, but god darn, we snake bit with him. Next up, Tyler Linderbaum. He said Tyler Linderbaum had an ankle sprain. Said he don't know if he's going to play this week. To me, that means he ain't going to play. And then Ronnie Stanley had a knee sprain. Said he don't know if Ronnie going to play. So to me, that means he's not going to play. So this is what we're looking at. For offensive line Sunday versus the Bengals. We're looking at McCarry at left tackle. Looking at Simpson at left guard. We're looking at Mustafa at center. We're looking at Zeitler at right guard and Morgan Moses at right tackle versus the Bengals. So that's kind of what we're looking at O-line wise. So crazy, right? Game wise, I'm not gonna really talk about what I feel game wise. I give you my stock up and stock down. That way I can save my individual comments for the roundup later on tonight. And if somebody asks a question while they're on the phone, I'll respond to that. But as far as just giving it out, I'll kind of save my 2 cents for the roundup tonight. So I will give you my stock up and stock down. So this is going to kind of give you a general idea of how I feel about what happened yesterday. So we'll go to stock up. Let's go to stock up. Stock up for me. And you'll see them on the screen. Zay Flowers. 9 catches. At one point was leading the NFL for a few minutes in catches, but I think he's like 3rd or 4th now with 9 catches, 70-something yards. Some bubbles in there. I don't know if you can call them cheese catches, but it's still, they catches. So, but he got 9 though. When the last time a receiver for us had 9 catches, I have no clue. That'd be a great stat for somebody to find out when the last time a receiver for the Ravens had 9 catches. That's a great stat. Probably should have saved that for trivia Sunday. That's what I should have did, but oh well, I gave it away. Roquan, 8. I see different conflicting reports. Some people say he had 16 tackles. Some people say he had 18 tackles. But whatever one it was, he supposedly broke a record for week 1 tackles for the Ravens. And you see Roquan down at the bottom tackling CJ Stroud. So Roquan had a great game. Was all over the place. Like handling his business, doing his thing. And then not to mention the guy in the background that's in black and white, that's PQ. Pat Queen had 11 tackles and a sack, pass breakup. So PQ stock up to me. Because to me, everybody's stock was even. It was even at first. But right now, those 3 guys, plus Owe. plus Oweh. To me, Oweh stock is up, and the reason why I say Oweh stock is up is because he looked a lot more fluid moving. His movements looked fluid. He looked quicker. He didn't look as robotic. He got some. I think I saw a stat where he got like 7 pressures or whatnot, which is like one of the tops in the league. So I wanted to convert some of those pressures into sacks, but I ain't mad at the pressures because that gets the QB off his spot and gets him maybe throwing some balls away or having to run and whatnot. So, I rather pressures than nothing. I rather pressures than nothing, but I really would like sacks. But I'm 7 pressures, that's good for me. I expect them to have sacks this game. I predicted that he would have 3 sacks. I was wrong, but he had some pressures. And Clowney had the opportunity to have 2 sacks, or he would have been on this list, but he missed both of them. So my 4 stock up guys are Odafe Oweh, which I never thought I'd say, but he up there. Pat Queen, y'all know how I feel about Pat Queen. Roquan, who's all pro Ro, and Zay. So those are my stock up guys. Let's flip over to the other side. My stock down guys. Stock down guys. I'm starting with Brandon Stephens. Now I haven't went over the defense like I've went over the offense yet. But from the naked eye on film, every time I felt like, well, not every time, because that's going a little bit overboard. A lot of times when I felt like they needed a catch, they threw it at whoever was guarding him. Now, was he completely wrong in those situations? I don't know yet. By this time tomorrow, I'll know. I definitely will know. Probably later on the day, I'll definitely know. But I feel like he gave up a lot of catches. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I feel like 21 gave up a lot of catches. That's why he on my stock down report. Now, the other 3 guys on the stock down report, they did not have good days at all. Did not, especially in the first half. The guy in the middle, that's Ronnie. And this is for his play before the injury. This is not because of the injury. This is his play before the injury. It's not because of the injury. Ronnie, I don't know how healthy he is. I don't know how healthy he was before he went out there, but he did not look like the Ronnie that we are used to. He didn't look like our pro Ronnie. Didn't look like Pro Bowl Ronnie. He just looked like regular Ronnie. Like and I know he got greatness in him. I don't know if it was just a matchup or what, but he didn't look like his normal self. Then below him you got John Simpson. John Simpson didn't have the greatest of days. On that left side. So the entire left side wasn't. It was just that entire left side was not the greatest of things yesterday. So those 2 guys on my stock side, and then I thought I'd never see KZ on my stock down. Zeitler didn't have a great day. Now I don't know what the PFF numbers gave you or nobody else's numbers. I ain't looked at those numbers yet, which is something I'll kind of do a little bit once I get off of here. But KZ didn't have a great day. So I think the two best O linemen for yesterday were Linderbaum and Moses. And even though Moses had a couple of false starts, he had a false start and a play where he just let a guy go. But I think on that play it was confusion because Ronnie just let his guy go too. So I don't really know what it was. So we'll see. But those 3 O linemen and Brandon Stephens are my stock down guys for the week. So what I'll do now is I'll kind of turn it over to, I think that's all I got for my EDDs. Yeah, I'll turn it over to the phone line. Let's see who we got on the phone lines over here. Let's see what we got on the phone.
What's up?
It's your man.
Let me check it out. Who blowing? Man, I ain't coming outside. You better come knock on this door. You want me? All right, here we go. All right, got my man. There we go. Will G, you live, baby. What's good with you? How you doing today?
What's going on, Coach? Happy blessed Monday.
Same to you.
So just a couple points. Looks like Odell Beckham Jr. might have had these iPods in yesterday because he basically said the same thing that you said, with hey man, it's a win. You know, it's an ugly win, but in the NFL, you know, you take any win because it's hard to win. You know, just to win a game. You know, that's why they always say any given Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I really wonder if everybody would say it was an ugly, game if it wasn't for the injury. You know, because you gotta look at it. We scored 25 points
Mm-hmm.
with no preseason. The defense had a shutout with allowing no touchdown. I don't count field goals because if you give going field goals, you're gonna win. That's literally how the Ravens won their first Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So I mean, to me, it's the ugliness was because of the injury. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that report that you gave today about the three guys, especially Linderbaum, because the Bengals they still got Reader, right? Is that
Yes,
Reader?
sir.
That's him?
Yes, they do.
Oh boy. So we'll see how that progression happens during the week. I just want to go over the two screens.
Okay.
The two screens back to back. I think Monken did for two reasons. If I'm not mistaken, it was either the very next play or the play after that he called those screens when Linderbaum went down.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that he's like, okay, I got this game. This game is over, pretty much. I'm not going to allow Lamar to get a fluke, smack, A-gap, blitz hit up the middle, trying to, thread something, to get another touchdown for the stats. If I kick this field goal, it's 2 scores, the game is pretty much over. And then the second one is, I forget what call it was yesterday, but he made a great point. It's it could be for the setup for the tape, because that play right there, the way that the Texans reacted, a lot of teams react to the same way on tape if they feel like that's the way, that you're going to be able to, take away that play.
Mm-hmm.
One pump fake, an 8 or 9 route is wide open,
Yep.
in weeks to come. So I'm not really worried about that. And like I said, I think it was more the safety of Lamar, just something safe, If Zay breaks it, great. If he don't, we'll just kick the field goal and whatever. And the last one I want to make is for prayers for J.K. Harp said, he'll be back. He is a young man and everything, and I feel like he could get another shot. It's just that his next shot is not going to be on his playing ability. I mean, he's got all the skill in the world. It's going to be just for the Ravens or anybody else to see the health. So if he does come back, it's probably going to be one of them, all right, let's see what you got, $1 to $2 million deals, before he can even talk about, making the big money deal again.
One of them prove-it deals.
Yeah, well, prove it to me. What have you done for me lately, or what has your help been lately in this case?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, man, have a blessed Monday, Coach, and for the Roundup crew, the same.
I appreciate it. My guy Will G coming through on a Monday with some good points. Always have some good football convos with Will G, so I appreciate you for coming through, man. I appreciate it. But one thing I forgot to do. Hold on, let me send this message. I wonder what you typing? What you typing that Streamlab keep blocking it? But I want to send shout outs. I forgot to do that. I'm slipping on my pimping. Know the game. Living Big with Big Reg. Appreciate you, Big Reg. Him and Bazel, they got a channel that they kind of go back and forth on each other's channel, talking about different things, and they talk about Ravens Flock also. Brandon is our resident foodie. If you saw the watch party, you saw Brandon at the beginning of the watch party and at the very end. So check that out with his game day recipes. And what's going to happen is Brandon will be at the beginning of the watch party and will be at halftime. I'll play his little interview while I run to the kitchen and refill my Bev or get a snack or something like that. So instead of being at the beginning and the end, it'll be the beginning and halftime with Bazel's and his game day eats. Shout out Malik B. What up? Every time I see Malik's name, I think about Cap. So what up, Malik? Nerone, Jamondo, Slack Beats. I appreciate you. Jesus Christ, Jeremiah W, Jerry Green. Who else? P. Brownie. Will just called in. Clot in the building. Appreciate you, Clot. Sir Palmer, I thank you. Bailey got beats. Let's see who else we got. We got Miss Frankel. Coach, don't worry about Linderbaum. We all worry about Linderbaum. Definitely. Linderbaum, hey. I'm worried more about him being down than I am Ronnie, honestly. Than I'm worried about with Ronnie. So who else we got? Let's see. Pray for a Drip. The Chef. Appreciate you for coming through. Killer Cam. and Dre. Like I said, I don't know what Dre typing to keep getting blocked, but let's see. Well, no, let's see if he got it through. They tripping. I typed ass. Oh, hey, yeah, hey, you gotta be creative with it. You might need to type a $sign instead of ASS. Type a $sign. But we got one more call we got to get to, and that'll be our call in, man, because you know we got the roundup tonight. So make sure you tune in for that. Now I see a lot of people been having questions for me. I'll say this before I get to the call. So I got on the community tab on my homepage, on this channel's homepage, I put a thing out there where you can submit your questions and I'll answer them individually in a video. So if you got any questions, and like if I see it, I answer, but sometimes I don't see it. Like I just happened to be scrolling back up and saw Lisa's. But if you want it answered in a video, put it over there. I think I got 2 over there so far. If I can get to about 5, I'm gonna do a video just answering those questions. If I get more than 5, that's even great. But if I get the 5 questions over there, I'm gonna answer them in a video, and then you have your question answered for me. That'll be Wednesday. I'll do that Wednesday. So if you got questions, put them. Go to the community tab, put them under that post I put there, and I'll be answering them there. All right. Now let's get to our caller right here. Let's see.
The conference has been locked.
All right. Rave Kingdom, what's good with you? What's good? How you doing today? You calm down a little bit?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better, sir. Most definitely.
Hey, I like the passion yesterday though. Hey, I'm cool with it. I'm cool. When you feel a certain way, you be passionate about it.
I still have
cool
that same passion. It's just I still have the same passion. It's just after a strawberry a lemonade, I calm down. but listen, I know it's a big, long-winded conversation about it because, some people's like, man, just calm down, and it's the first game, and I kind of got to defend myself just a little bit because I know the chat was loving me my conversation about it, but then some of us were like, oh man, this guy's over-exaggerating, he's tripping.
The thing about this is, and everybody got their own opinion, and I'm not gonna judge you for it. So whatever, everybody feel different, so it's all good.
I don't live my life.
Be you. Be unapologetically you.
Sure. I just no. I don't let nobody take me down or anything. I'm just saying I wanted to clear my name. When I was saying those things yesterday, like I said, before I even said those things, I said I don't wish injury on nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that, Coach?
You did.
I let
you
it
did
be
say
known.
that.
I'm not wishing no injury on nobody. I don't want nobody to be hurt. I definitely want a healthy team. These are guys that we put stock into now, and this is a team that we always wanted. We wanted a championship team. So there's all love to this team, and I want nothing but the best for this team. Okay. I held them up to a standard because last time I checked, when you speak championship, when you speak Super Bowl, when you speak, and we feel like we're the top defense and the top offense, that game against Houston Texans, I kind of feel like it should have been a breeze.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if you paid attention, some of the Ravens players was heads down.
Yep.
Because even they kind of like disappointed in their play. Yeah, we get it. There was mistakes. We know it was their warm-up game. But like I said, even the players, like if you really paid attention to the game, even they weren't all that happy about what they did.
Yep.
And I personally feel I had to hold the offense accountable because we don't have that many rookies on that offense.
Mm-hmm. Let me jump in real quick. Now, something happened last night to make your point valid. And if y'all didn't watch the Cowboys game, a lot of them Cowboys didn't play in the preseason.
Right.
A lot of them Cowboys didn't play in the preseason. They put up, even though the defense was balling, they still scored 40 points. I understand the defense may have had 2 touchdowns, but still, they didn't play in the preseason either. So and not saying Rave Kingdom is right or wrong. I'm just saying that, putting that out there if people didn't know. But go ahead.
Well, right. I'm like I know some of them will be like, well, I mean, what did you expect from them? I'm not saying they should went out there and scored 50 points and 100 points and just dominated so perfect. It's a new offense. But I'm not, I'm smart enough to know that we got a new coach, Todd Monken. I know everything wasn't going to go perfect. That part wasn't what I was mad about. My part was you went out there and played like you just now played football and like you were just born and just played football.
Yeah,
There's no excuse for Lamar, which we don't even like criticizing, to hold the ball like he's playing basketball. I mean, he had the ball on the tip of his fingers up in the air like it's come and get it, like it's food time, ding ding. Like, you get what I'm saying, Coach? The guys were playing like rookies. You can't get open. You mean how many times Lamar got sacked or hit? Like, come on, like,
yeah.
Lamar getting hit. I mean, your
O-line didn't play good.
The ball. You dropped the
Kowar.
You dropped the easiest catch, Kowar. He jumps in the air. He catches the balls all up in his numbers. Catch it. But he drops it, too. The coaching staff, you ran to play the Zay Flowers to the far left, and then you did it a second time. And I'm just sitting there just like, testing stuff is for preseason.
It was their preseason. That's what I'm saying. Like I said yesterday, that was their preseason.
Now, check this out. It's funny how y'all say this is preseason, but guess what? These stats actually count towards the record, right?
They do, but the coaches don't care about that. All the coaches care about is one what's called. But nobody get paid for that. That's for us. That's for us fans. And just so you know, since you mentioned power rankings, we'll have new power rankings on More Tip to Tally tomorrow. Just since he mentioned it, and I'm gonna throw it out there. Since he put it out there, we're gonna have power rankings, tomorrow on More Tip to Tally. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
And for me, I kind of I think I mentioned a little bit of the defense the last call yesterday, because the defense said, hey, we're going to dominate. Hey, we want to get paid. You get what I'm saying? Hey, I want to live up to the $100 million you gave me. I want to live up to the $70 million you gave me. These guys, Ronald Darby, I thank you for picking me up. Let me go dominate out there. Let me show y'all what it means to be a Baltimore Raven.
Yeah.
And that entire defense.
Darby played well, sure. I said Darby played well to me.
Yeah. Right. And all these guys, Jadeveon Clowney, he didn't get the many sacks that he probably wanted, but man, was he getting in that backfield, him and Owen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just keeping it real. We can't sit and give excuses all the time. We got to be real. I'm being real because the Ravens defense said we're going to go out there and show y'all what our mouths been talking the whole season, the whole off season. Y'all said, oh man, David Jabo, he ain't doing good in that preseason, but he sure did get that strip tackle, didn't he?
Yep, sure.
He didn't cause that fumble, didn't he?
Sure did.
So if we're gonna give respect to the defense and all that mouth they've been talking, and they show out there in the field, why all of a sudden the offense that been doing their mouth talking to how dynamic this offense is gonna be, and we're gonna show them tonight. We're gonna show why they're gonna be, oh my God, and they don't do not half of what they said they were gonna do. And except for Zay Flowers, because he had to show a little spaz, shout out to him. But I gotta hold it accountable. So I mean, you can be mad at me for having this energy, but it's like Rave Kingdom is being truthful. The defense, all I felt in that energy was Baltimore defense right there. Baltimore energy. They're ready to die on that field almost. That's how it felt with me on that defense. Yeah. They was tackling hard, a couple missed tackles, but they was tackling hard, playing defense, doing the best they can, and they went out there and played their hearts out. And that's why we weren't so great, because our defense was on point to me.
Yeah, they were.
So why the offense can't do it? Why all of a sudden I'm not allowed to criticize them all?
No, nobody say that. Nobody say. I'll end it right here. Like the first of all, a couple points to go against what you said. Not to go against, but just to say what you said. It's a team game. So when the offense don't play well, you need the defense to back you up, because there are going to be some games where the defense don't play well, and it's going to be up to our offense to keep us in games. So that's why it's a team game, and you're going to have days where, one has to have the other's back. That's why football is the ultimate team sport. And basketball, Kevin Durant can dominate by himself. LeBron can dominate by himself. There's no matter how good Lamar is, no matter how good Joe Burrow is, no matter how good Pat Mahomes is, it got to be somebody on the other side of them passes or whatever. No one person just gonna dominate like that's a team game. If the O-line don't play well, the quarterback probably ain't gonna play well. If the O-line don't play well, probably the whole offense ain't gonna play well. But in this case, this might have been the week where the offense just was trying to figure it out and the defense was ready. So next week when we play the Bengals, because so you and I and everybody else in this chat box know so damn well the Bengals going to score more than 3 points. Most of the time. They're going to score more than 3 points. Most of the time. So at some point, we might have a shootout with them next week. It might be a game like the Dolphins and the Chargers just played. That might happen next week. So we'll see. And then lastly, I don't blame you for holding them to a higher standard. Because if we want to win the championship, win the Super Bowl, we got to be on point from the jump. And so this was our one, okay, you'll figure it out. And now we really got to figure it out because we might be down. We're down 4 starters. Marcus Williams, Stanley, and Linderbaum, and then J.K. out. So now we really got to figure it out. So this is what it is. But if you want, we can continue it tomorrow on a call in tomorrow. But I gotta check you out today unless you got one quick point. You got one quick point, then I'll let you go.
Make Cleveland starts lacing up them laces. That'll be it.
I think the only way we see Ben Cleveland if something happened to Zeitler or John Simpson. As long as it's the tackles, I don't think Cleveland's an issue there. I think they'll go Macari, then they'll turn around and go Falele. But we'll see Cleveland if something happens to Simpson or Zeitler, which neither one of them played great, but they started, so there's gonna be you ain't just gonna pull them. So we got to see. So, but I appreciate you, Rave Kingdom, and I got you down for your points. I got you down, Will G, for your points, and I'm still. I got to find. Let me close them out right quick. So Edwin called in yesterday, but when I looked for his name on my list, I couldn't find it. So I got these points still sitting here for Edwin, but I need him to be in the live. Edwin, if you in the live, type something, say hello. Say something, Edwin. That way we can get you your points. I don't know if he here or not. Type something, say something if you here, Edwin. So, this is what I got, man. We talked about the stock up. So I go through stock up, stock down real quick again for the people that were not here. And then we're going to close this thing on out. My stock up is these 4 guys. No, that's stock down. I'm sorry. We'll start with stock down. Stock down. Brandon Stevens. I think Brandon Stevens got a lot of catches. Caught on him. I think. And then the 3 O linemen that I got over there. I got Ronnie didn't play well. I didn't think he played well before the injury. Not saying he didn't play well because of the injury. Before the injury, I don't think he was playing well. I don't think John Simpson played well because a lot of pressure came from that left side, and that's Ronnie and Simpson. And then KZ didn't have a good game, especially, when I was going through the film. And again, Patreons. If you're a Patreon and you didn't get a chance to watch the video, there's a video over there with strictly all offense from the all 22. We talked about all the plays up until like the beginning of the 4th quarter. I normally keep that at an hour, and I realized it was an hour and 15, so I kind of shut it down at the end of the beginning of the 4th quarter. So Patreons, you have a video over there, and if you want in on that, you know how to get and be a part of the Patreon. Go to patreon.com/sip the tally. And then my stock up before we get up out of here. My bad. Y'all know what that is. Film, then more film. Stock up. Pat Queen, 11 tackles, a sack, a pass defended. Roquan, 16 or 18 tackles, one of them 2, and a sack. Maybe 2. No, yeah, and a sack and a TFL, I think. Owe just looked extremely fluid in his movements. He had pressures, didn't have any sacks, but I just like what I saw out of his body movement. He didn't look as robotic as he did last year. And then obviously Zay Flowers with 9 catches. And again, if you're watching this later, if you're watching the replay, if you know, when was the last time a Baltimore receiver had 9 catches? Zay had 9. And granted, some of them were bubbles. And, it's still a catch is still a catch. But he had 9 catches. So when was the last time a Baltimore receiver had 9 catches? So put that, in the chat box, not chat box, in the comment section, because the chat box is about to be closed in a minute. Let me see what we had on likes, and if we had 75, I'll get y'all points and we get up out of here. I already hit y'all with the 50 and the 25. Let me see what we had. We had 71. Hey, we need 4 likes to get y'all at 75 points, then we can get up out of here. If you hadn't hit that like button, go ahead and do it real quick, so we can get these 75 points and pass them out. Need 4 people to hit that like button while I'm looking at it. Then we can ride out. Don't forget that the roundup is tonight, 9 o'clock. So pay attention to us while you kind of watching Monday Night Football on your TV. If you don't want to watch Monday Night Football, watch us, because we're going to be talking Ravens. That's me. That's Hendo from Rogue Pod. That's Jose and B from Lunch Break Hot Take. That's OTR Mike. And that's Chris Just Joking from the Deep Cover Podcast. All right. So, hey, that's all I got for you, man. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. And remember, the motto. What's the motto? Film then more film, because the film don't lie, unlike some people. And I'm going to go on to end screen while we kind of wait and see. Oh, there we go. Now I can get you your points. I just wanted that to happen before we got up out of here. Let's see, we got a little call and response going. 75, confirm, bam. And you can check it by doing exclamation point points. And you can check the top of the list by doing exclamation point top. So that's all I got for y'all, man. I'll see y'all at 9 o'clock, and y'all be safe. Love y'all. Peace. Again, if you got questions, go to the community tab and submit them questions. Go to the community tab and submit them questions, y'all. Peace out. Yeah, I agree, Cam. Definitely. Definitely. Well, 80 is not a multiple of 25 in the room. Come on now. You still in school, my guy. Come on. Multiples of 25. We know what it is. Multiples of 25.